Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liz and I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So this morning I got up and I got all ready and I put my makeup on and I loved it. And I was supposed to go try on my wedding dress and we're snowed in. We got 6 inches of snow overnight here in Michigan, so I was like, what else can I do with my time today? So here I am. Time to film a video. Today I want to talk about kind of my favorites versus my least favorites. So this is all stuff out of my collection. None of it is necessarily that new, but it's all stuff that like maybe I used to use for a long time, and since then I found better options. So I'm saying least favorite because some of this stuff I don't necessarily hate and won't use, but it's stuff that I just don't gravitate towards because I have better options now. So let's just get right into it. I don't have every category, but I have the categories that stuck out to me the most. So I want to start with foundation. For foundation, I used to kind of just, I don't know, buy what sounded nice and call it good, and it just didn't always work out that way. So for my least favorite, the first one I want to talk about is this Stila stick foundation. It also has a little concealer on top. This was on sale at Ulta one day and I was like, oh, that seems kind of nice. The girl there was telling me she loves it during the summertime, whatever, and I was like, cool, I'll try it. It's got to be good, right? No, it's really not. This is what it looks like in the little tube. It goes on fine. It looks fine for a couple hours and then it stops looking fine. For me, it just kind of falls apart on my face. It ends up looking really kind of cakey and I don't love that. And this concealer on top, I only used a couple times because it's so like greasy. Like, I don't know. You can't really tell from like a swatch of it. It looks like it's kind of a nice tone. It's lighter than the concealer. So I was like, that's cool. It kind of comes like as a set, but it feels so sticky and greasy and it just, no. The other one that I really don't like is this Becca EverMatte foundation. I don't know that they make this anymore because I think this has all been replaced. But I got this at TJ Maxx just like on a whim because it was like $14 or something there. It's the type of matte foundation that becomes like splotchy. If that, I don't know if that makes sense, but it like clumps together on my face and I don't know why. Like, I don't know what causes it to do that because I do the same thing I do with any of my other foundations. When I wear this one, it just like bunches up. I've never really had a foundation do that, but it's not good. Okay, so my 2 favorite foundations, I'll start with the one I have on my face today, and that is, of course, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I talked about this in my 2019 favorites. I've talked about it, I think in my drugstore video and in a couple videos since then. I love this one and I wear it a lot. It just wears so beautifully on the skin and it looks so fresh. It just looks very skin-like and it wears really, really well on your skin. Once it warms up to your skin, it looks so good and it powders down very nicely and just, it wears so well. It doesn't do that gross thing where it bunches up around my nose, even though my nose gets pretty oily. I just really like this one and I really can't get enough of it. The other one I really love, which is not the most popular opinion in the world, but I really like the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. It is thick, it is extremely full coverage, but I love that it makes my skin look like velvet and it wears all day and then some. Like anytime we go to a wedding or anything, honestly, a party, something that we have to be at like for a long period of time, and I have to have my makeup done earlier in the day and the thing we're going to isn't until later, I pull this one out. I can't wear it multiple days in a row because it does give me like little bumps on my face just because it's so heavy and it has a lot of fragrance in it. So I don't recommend wearing this one more than like 2 days in a row. But if you need to look snatched for something, Huda, she's got you. Okay, let's move into concealer because I really don't have the absolute most popular opinions with concealer because one of my least favorite ones is this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I don't know why I don't like it. This is the color I have. It's got like kind of a pinky undertone, which I don't mind because I have a lot of darkness under my eyes, so I like a corrector. But I cannot use this one by itself. For some reason, it just doesn't look right to me when I use it on its own. I need another concealer to mix in with it to kind of give it some more coverage, to kind of give it a better tone almost. I like the pinky undertone to it, but it almost becomes gray on my skin, and I don't know how that happens. So to use this one, I have to mix it with something else. I don't know why I have that problem, and I wish I didn't because this is a cheap concealer that everyone raves about, but it's not for me, I guess. The other one is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Sorry. It's not that I don't like how it works. It's that for the life of me, I cannot find a color that I like. This is so light for me, which is fine, I guess, if I'm mixing it with something else, but I have swatched colors. This is my second bottle. I had to give a different bottle to my friend who's much paler than me because she could actually use it, and I bought this one instead because it was darker, but then it like wasn't, and I know it oxidizes. I don't know, but it always ends up looking so light under my eyes even when it does oxidize. I keep trying it. I'm gonna get around to it. I'm gonna use it because I don't hate it. So the concealers I do like. My popular opinion one is Tarte Shape Tape. I love Tarte Shape Tape. I have it on right now. It doesn't dry my under eyes out like it does for a lot of people. I like the tone that it has. I've had no problems with it. I really like it. They are so full coverage, and I, again, appreciate that for my purpley under eyes. The other one I also talked about, my 2019 favorites, are the Kylie Cosmetics concealers. I have a pinkier peachy one. I guess it's more peachy. I love that one for correcting under my under eyes. It works so well. And then I have this one. This is Bone, and this one is Birch. And I usually use them in conjunction. So I'll start with this one and then layer it with this one. I mean, they're more medium coverage, but since they're buildable, when I use them together, it's very like skin-like and perfect, and it just looks like my under eyes are actually nice. So cream contour. I actually really like to cream contour. I know it's not for everyone, but I really enjoy it. So I've tried several products, not like tons, but enough. The two that I was using that I don't love are this Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit. You can tell I did really like this one at one point. I don't like these corrector shades. They're not good. They're like chalky almost. That's not what we're here for. These ones are good. They're fine. And for a long time, I didn't buy any other cream contour because I was like, these work fine. These are good. However, I don't know if this just got old or I'm just kind of over it and I'm realizing that these are too sticky, and I don't know. I think sticky is the right word because that's kind of what they are. Blending them is actually a lot harder than I think I ever realized. Since I started to get other stuff, I've realized that these are hard to blend and they become muddy. Like I was using these and it would look like I had dirt on my face. And then the whole day I would be like, this is what my skin looks like right now. Ew. So I'm probably going to toss this. Honestly, it's probably also really old, so I'm going to get rid of this. But I also don't think I would buy another one. The Fenty Matchsticks. Again, this isn't something that I don't like. This one I've used almost entirely up. It just has this tiny bit left in here. And it's this nice cool tone, which I really appreciate. But I've tried sticks like this that I like better. And for example, I don't have one here because I used it all up, but the KKW contour sticks, I actually like a lot more than this. They're way creamier. They have a very similar color to this. This one is amber. So what I actually use now that I've talked about in my 2019 favorites is the Huda Beauty Tantour. This is the shade Light. That's what it looks like. It's definitely more of a warm contour. I have it on my face now, topped with the Kylie bronzer and Tequila Tan. But that's what I have on my face now. I just like the way that it looks a little bit better. I think for me, I just like a little bit more of the warm toned tan contour look than the cool tone now. And this is so unbelievably easy to blend that I just have a hard time not using this. It just is way faster than anything else. It's very pigmented, so it just gets the job done way faster. For powders, I talked about both of these powders in other videos, so we're just gonna go by them quickly. But the one that I honestly thought I liked, and I don't like it, is the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. This powder is just not for me. It's just not. It has like a sheen to it that I don't love. It gets like caked up when you try to bake with it. I just don't love this powder. My favorite though, talked about it in my 2019 favorites, is the Fenty Beauty Setting Powder. This is the shade Butter. I love it. This one is really, really nice. I have it on my face today because of course I do. I used a bunch of favorites today. But this one is just really, really nice. It has a little bit of pigment, but it's like a brightening pigment. So you can really just amp up your under eyes. And I baked a little bit with it today. It's just a really, really good powder. It's finely milled and it sets everything like a dream. Once you spray it, it just becomes very skin-like and not cakey at all. This one is worth it. The highlighter that I don't love, that I was really disappointed about it when I got this and started to try it, but I don't love this Anastasia Glow Kit. This is the Sugar Glow Kit. You guys, it's just not it. They're not the most buttery. This one is pretty buttery, but the rest are a little bit more dusty. And they almost look like they would be pretty, and then they're not. Yeah, the concept is cool. Like this one is the white with the yellow shift. That's cool. This one is very pinky, gold, and like a champagne almost. If only they applied to the skin like this, because they almost seem like, yeah, you could glow. Girl, no, you can't. And some of them, actually half of them, this Starburst and this Gumdrop shade both have glitter in them, which is fine. I like glittery highlighters. That's not my problem. It's just that, like, where is it though? You can see it in the pan. You can't see it on your face. I don't know. I'm just very disappointed by this. I definitely got it on Black Friday, so I got it on sale at least, but it's sad because the next one I'm going to show you is also from Anastasia, and it's my favorite highlighter I think I've ever owned, and it's the Anastasia X Amrezy, and I'm so sorry they don't make this anymore because this is beautiful. I have it on my face now. That's why I'm absolutely glowing, but this highlighter is next level gorgeous. And I know everybody is so bitter that they're not, oh my God, that they're not just bringing this back as their Anastasia collab, because it's just perfect. It's just perfect. Let's move on to eye products. So let's talk about eyeliners first, because they're the least fun. So I've mentioned before, I don't love eyeliners. Like, I don't really care about eyeliners that much, and I don't like to spend a lot of money on eyeliners. Do you mind? So I try to buy these like drugstore ones and $2 ones and whatever, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So my least favorite is this LA Girl Perfect Precision eyeliner. It's this blue shade called Cobalt. I bought this so I could do cool blue looks when we go to Lions games. And it's a nice color, that's not the problem. The problem is it is so hard. It is so hard. It's very waxy and hard, and I have to like warm it up on my hand so much and then try to put it on my eye. And I can get it to work, and I will use it because I literally only use it for Lions games. You can see it's kind of like hard and waxy, and I just don't like that. And it's hard to get off your hand, so then I have eyeliner on my hand all day. The ones I actually do like, and I'm bitter about it because they're expensive. Well, they're $22 a piece, which is expensive for an eyeliner. But these Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On pencils are really good. But they are really like glidey and creamy. Look how much better that looks than that freaking LA Girl one. That one just sucks. And the pigment always shows up really nice. Like, oh, they have such a wide array of colors and tones and stuff too, and they are always coming out with new ones. I just like these ones way better. They really do last all day. I have nothing negative to say about those except for that they're $22. I wish that they were like $16. I know that's not the biggest difference in the world, but I feel like I would just feel better about buying a bunch of shades if they were $16 and not $22. Okay, let's talk about eye toppers. I feel very strongly about this least favorite one because I'm very bitter about it because I want to like it so bad and I really thought that I would. But this Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coat in the shade Nude, I love the tone of this. I love the idea of it, but it is so hard and it is so difficult to get out of the freaking pot that it's in. And then it doesn't even look as like sparkly as I want it to be. Like, this is really pretty and I do use it often enough because it's a nice nude color, but there's just no reason it should be dry. It's so dry. I don't know if you can kind of tell how dry it is in there. It's just ridiculous. I have to literally scrape it with my finger or like with my brush or something and then pick it up on the brush and spray it, and that's how I use it because it will not come out of here otherwise. It's not creamy, it's not gel-like, it's literally crumbly dust. I'm clearly upset about it because this was like $30 and I thought it was going to be so pretty, and it's pretty, but it's annoying. So an alternative that I actually really enjoy are these Artist Couture Diamond Light Finishers. They're very beautiful. They're very blinding. I'm wearing it on my eye. I'm wearing this Golden Hour shade. This is the Golden Hour shade. I'm wearing it under some Tati Beauty glitter today. I like to do that. I like to layer them with glitter because they're not chunky glitter. They're just insane shimmer. So that's what the inside looks like. They get a little bit messy because it's almost like flakes that come out. But look, oh, look how beautiful that ends up being. Absolutely blinding. It almost looks like really, really small glitter, but it's not glitter. It's just shimmer. I also have the shade Diamond Bronze, but this is kind of how it picks up, like little flakies. And then you can just, somehow it just melts together and becomes this beautiful topper. I mean, that is absolutely stunning. Like, these are great. I love these. You can wet them too if you're afraid of like fallout on your face. I don't have a ton of problem with fallout using them as long as I use them on my lid. It's just like when I try to get them right here, that's when I get a little bit of fallout. So I usually will spray them then. She came to visit. Okay, if you can hear the cat purring in the background, sorry. Let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. So I have 3 least favorite ones to talk about because there's a couple that I really just have problems with. So the first one I've already talked about, so I'm only going to talk about it for a second, but I talked about this in my products I forgot about video, and that's this Morphe 35G Bronze Goals palette. It's beautiful, and I'm mad at it because it doesn't work very well. The mattes in it are like fine. They're Morphe mattes, they're fine. These shimmers are the problem. The shimmers are like hard and dusty, and they just seem like they might be okay, but they're just not. They are not okay. They're hard to like get off your finger even. They're hard to use with a wet brush. If I use them with a wet brush, I have to like scrape some up and then spray them. And this is not typical Morphe quality. Like usually Morphe shadows are much easier to work with. They're pretty okay, whatever. This sucks, and I'm mad about it. The next one, I was really disappointed about at first because it was my first introduction to ColourPop shadows. It's this little 4-pan. It was a collaboration that ColourPop did with Eva Gutowski. It's called the Vacation Mode palette. It's just, these are not, this must have been before ColourPop was good at eyeshadow, because I bought this and I used it like twice and I was like, these suck. Why is everybody talking about ColourPop shadows? These are not good, because they just were kind of like dusty and I couldn't get a good look out of them. They're not as pigmented as typical ColourPop shadows. This shimmer is kind of pretty, but I think that's just kind of pretty because it's swatched on my hand. I might need to give this one to my mom or something and to see if she likes it, because I don't. So my final least favorite eyeshadow palette. I'm not bitter about this one because I did that thing that everyone did where they were collecting naked palettes, and I bought the Naked Smokey. It's just not good. This, first of all, is not a color story that I really love, but I was like, I'll try it. I can try darker shadows and cool tone shadows and I'll see if I like it. That was a mistake. I think I used this palette twice and I got so flustered with it that I stopped even trying. They're not horrible in swatches, but using this palette was horrible. They're just not good shadows. So for my favorite palette of the moment, talked about this in my 2019 favorites as well, and no one is going to be surprised. It's my Tati Beauty palette. I have the Story glitter on my eyes, and I used Aura, Soothe, and Ritual, and a hit of Story to get this eye look today. Is a quality palette, and I am so glad that I have it. I love it. It's hard for me to not just reach for this one every day. I've been really pushing myself to use my other palettes instead of just this one. So this is the first time I used this one all week, actually. But this is my favorite right now. So yeah, that's all I have today that I wanted to touch on and talk about. Please let me know if you like any of these products, if you don't like any of these products. What are your favorites and least favorites? I would love to know. I think it's so interesting how our tastes and preferences and everything like that evolve over time, because some of this stuff I've had a while and I just think, oh, I used to like this product so much. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go have some lunch and hope the snowplow comes so we can go out and go visit our friends tonight like we had planned. But yeah, have a great day, have a great night, have a great whatever you're doing, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!